Why is the concept of invitation so important and so effective?
Yeah. Well, the second part of that is why it's so important.
Okay.
Because it's effective. And that's something we know about behavior change, and it doesn't have to be related to substances at all. That if you're trying to be in a helpful role with another human being around change, demanding it, mandating it, dictating it, prescribing it are some of the least effective ways we know to try to help somebody make those changes. And certainly one of the things that's true about substance issues, especially when they get into kind of the more severe range, is that they're not quick fixes. This is going to be a long-term thing. So really, really what you want is to figure out ways to help sustain change. Getting a change to happen, not that hard. Getting it to last is really the hard part. And that's where the difference between mandating change and inviting change comes in.
Invitation rather than confrontation.
Yeah. And invitation is a slower path often, which is a hard thing for parents. It's a hard thing for professionals. Your behavior is scaring me. It's upsetting me. It's upsetting everyone. Something really bad could happen. So the impulse to demand change is really strong. And it makes sense also, as a parent to say, this has to happen. This has to be different now. And if that was the most effective way to have change happen and to sustain it, we'd be like, that's awesome. Let's teach people how to demand change. Let's teach people how to be more confrontational and yell louder and be more demeaning. It doesn't work. And again, it may work for me as a doctor with someone in my office. It may work to say, this is what has to happen. And I'm the doctor and here's why it has to happen. And I might be able to get compliance today, but I'm not there at midnight when you really want to use cocaine again. So if you're not there with yourself kind of guiding the ship, we're not getting anywhere. So everything I can do to have you buy into and understand why this might be important for you is going to be stuff that helps you sustain this. Tonight at midnight when I'm not there, next week when you're on vacation when I'm not there, and in 10 years from now when your wife and you are divorcing and I'm not there, there better be some reasons that matter to you to not go back to the cocaine.
And is that why this holistic approach is so important? Because this is not just black and white. There's a whole process that has to be taken into consideration.
We talk about this idea that behaviors make sense. And it has a lot of implications. But one of them is that I'm doing things for reasons that make sense to me. If I'm going to change those actions that I drink, 6 nights a week to the point of intoxication, I'm doing that for a reason. If there's no other reason that makes sense to me to do something different, I'm not going to do it.
The invitation to change approach is made of 3 parts: understanding, awareness, and action.
Yep.
So why don't we start with this concept of understanding? I'm just wondering if a lot of parents say, oh, well, I do understand my child. I've known my son or daughter since they were born. What do you mean I don't know my child?
That's a really great place to start because, in fact, they do know their child. And they know their child better than anyone else.
You told me that it is important for parents to understand that the substance use and abuse makes sense to their child.
Right.
So for parents watching this, what does that mean?
Right. It means listening. How could I possibly understand your story if I don't listen? If I don't understand how to listen to you as my child, and I might not be used to doing that because there's often hierarchies in families and parents don't listen to kids, kids listen to parents or whatever the traditions may be. But if we can get people to listen, it has an impact. And if you do that with your kid, they'll notice. That doesn't mean day 1, they become a chatty Cathy with you and start telling you everything. But day 10, month 3, they're going to be speaking with you more than they might be. And which that leads to an incredibly powerful difference in this invitational idea, which is maybe we can collaborate about this. as opposed to I'm going to tell you what to do and you're going to do it or pretend to do it and then not do it. And if we can collaborate, you're going to start to tell me stuff that is uncomfortable for me, but you're going to start to tell me stuff that I really want to know about. Like what you do actually when you use substances, or how much you actually drink, or even maybe why you do these things.
Do you find that parents really are scared to ask these questions?
Totally scared. Yeah. And the first 6 times I might get some bad responses like, are you kidding me, Mom? And I'm leaving the room right now. But if I'm actually asking you, you know what? It scares the crap out of me that you drink a lot, but I just really would love to know what you get out of it. And I have nothing else to say about it. I'm just really curious, like what that's like for you, because I don't get that. I don't drink that much and I don't understand what that is, but I'd love to hear from you. And like, let's have that discussion. And my commitment to myself during that moment is I'm not going to say anything. And you're going to finish talking and I'm going to leave. And I'm going to go, thanks so much for saying that to me.
And that's hard, isn't it?
Really hard, because really I do want I want you to change. But if I want to walk down that path, I need to spend some time just hearing you so that you'll feel like maybe it's okay to collaborate with me.